Backcountry, yo, what's up? Just got set up here like a minute ago. It's pretty windy out today. I didn't know that it was going to be. Well, I knew it was going to be windy, but I thought that this spot was going to be blocked by the wind. Most of the time when I'm here, I'm kind of out of the way. The wind doesn't really affect me, but it seems to be affecting me here right now. So hopefully it doesn't get worse. Nice, nice. I was hoping for a warmer week this week, but don't know if that's gonna happen tomorrow. Let me see if I can. That was better. I kind of made a rod. I brought a rod that was a little too long for this spot, and I knew that it was gonna be an issue. But I've had some good days here. I had a day here when it was warm out in 2025, and I caught like 7 bass here. So this spot, like, there's good potential here. But I don't know what it's going to be like now that it's so cold. Abel Clark, what's up? How you doing? I gotta find a way to cast better here. That was good. Alright, that was good. That was better. I have another ultralight rod I might set up soon. Right there with a bobber and a small worm, but the wind is, like I said, it's a little more of a factor than I was expecting it to be here, so I don't know how bobber's gonna go here. Nah, I'm not keeping anything today. This is actually the same creek that I was fishing yesterday, but this is like the opposite side where it ends. And this is kind of like a lake here, like it's a little deeper. But the water here is contaminated. There was like some type of spill here. There's signs, you can't see, but there's signs here that actually tell us that there was some type of toxic spill a few years ago. I also heard bass doesn't taste that good to begin with, so I don't know if I would ever. I mean, I guess I would try bass one day just to see what it tastes like. But I've had a few people tell me that bass don't really taste that good. Oh, snag. That definitely wasn't a fish. Any advice? Well, do you have any fish in mind that you plan on fishing for, or are you just gonna fish for everything? For everything? I would start off getting a rod that's somewhat universal, so you could do different things for it. I would say maybe get like a medium powered, like 6.5 or 7 foot rod. Actually, something like this is perfect. So this is 7 foot, and it's, yeah, medium power, action fast. So I would get something like this. I think this would be a good rod to start off with. Snagged again. And then, oh wait, what the hell? What was that? That was weird. But yeah, I would get a rod like this, medium power, fast action, 6.5 or 7 foot. And if you go somewhere like a bait and tackle shop, you know, maybe just ask the guys some questions. Let them know that you're starting off. You know, it really depends on like where you're fishing. If you're fishing in a river, if you're fishing in a lake, if you're fishing in a creek. So there's a lot of different ways you can go. But yeah, I would say get a rod like this, and maybe just get like a standard tackle box that comes with, like, you know, hooks and bobbers and beads and things like that. I watch a lot of videos. When I first started off, I, you know, spent a lot of time, hours and hours on YouTube watching and learning things. So I learned a lot from YouTube. If you want to watch, you know, good catfishing videos, there's this guy called Catfish and Carp that does a lot of catfish and carp videos, and you'll learn a lot from him. So he's a good guy to watch on here if you're looking for catfish information. And if you're going for bass, honestly, you could just find anyone. There's so many people that do bass. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Oh my God, the snags here are crazy. And I think I just lost my, yep. Great. Yeah, the snags, it gets pretty snaggy here. Before I set that up, I just got my new license today for 2026. And I just got these, new mouse tails that are really nice color. This like deep red. I feel like this looks so much like a worm. Usually I would use something like this, but this just looks more realistic to me. So I'm going to use one of these on this bobber. These things are always hard to get open. Shit. All right, hold up. Things are frustrating as hell sometimes. What I'm going to do with this is just put it on this small hook. Probably like right there. It's so cold and windy, my hands are like going numb already. I'll adjust that. And this is my setup for this bobber. 2 split shots, small hook, just like that. I think I might go a little deeper though. I'm gonna adjust this bobber. Yeah, this color's nice. It looks more realistic. It looks more like a worm. The pink's a little too, I don't know. And I might just leave this right there. So I got my bobber out while I set up my other rod, since I lost my ship already. Here, I hope you're good. I'm a new angler from the UK, currently in Milan, Italy, with work and scrolling in my hotel room with Terminator on the box and came across your live. Oh, awesome. Thanks, Greg. I think you're the first guy we've had in here from Italy. That's awesome. Let me see. Don't think any of those are gonna work. Don't think those are gonna work. Thought I had some more. Here you go. Here you go. These are good ones. Gary Yamamoto. Watermelon. And I'm trying to watch my bobber while I'm doing this so that my bait doesn't get taken. What's great about these, not these, but these are Senate. So these pull in a lot of fish too. These aren't Senate, but they're still really, really nice. And I forgot I have to tie on another hook. Ah, shit. Where'd that go? Alright, forget about it. I'll get into that later. Don't want to leave you guys waiting. I'm just gonna do simple clinch knot. These hooks are so sharp. Oh. Sorry about that. It's very windy here. A little hard for me to see what's going on. Okay. And this is how I hook these. Real simple. For anyone who doesn't know how to do the wacky worm. And that wobble drives fish crazy. But before I cast this out, I'm going to check this bobber because it's actually been making some ripples. Like something's hitting it. No? Alright. I think I might go even a little deeper. Maybe just add another foot or so. I think that's good. Because it's actually reasonably deep here. And I know that they're all the way at the bottom. Caught some nice fish over by this tree a few times. Alright. Just gotta watch out for this like spillway here. There's a lot of snaggy stuff there. Okay. I don't know if you can hear it on the phone. I don't know if you can hear it on the camera. But it is very windy. And I cut my finger on the hook. So that's great. I'm gonna let this sink down to the bottom before I start jigging it. You can kind of see my bobber there too, so you'll see if it goes under. Yeah, so for everyone who just joined, this is a pretty nice spot. This is the creek I was fishing yesterday. If anyone here was in the stream yesterday too. But this is like the opposite side of that creek. Kind of like a lake area. There's some carp in here. There's some largemouth bass. There's snakehead and bluegill, and you know, I've had some good days fishing here, but I haven't fished here since summertime. So I don't know what it's going to be like now that the winter's so cold. So I'm kind of just trying my luck. If you got any fish in 2026, nope, I have not gotten a single fish during this year yet. And I've been fishing, I would say, 2 or 3 times a week this month, and I haven't had anything. So it's been a rough start to the year. But my area, it's hard fishing. Like even in the good season, it's hard to catch fish sometimes because it's just really overpressured. There's so many people that fish here, and I feel like there's just not a lot of fish. It's hit or miss. Like I have days that are really good fishing days. I've had days where I caught like upwards of 10 bass. And then I've had days where I've had times where I've caught nothing for weeks. So it's really like hit or miss in this area. Yeah. And it's crazy because I'm in Philly. So in the city, you would think that not that many people fish here. I mean, there's literally one bait and tackle shop that has like a hold on this entire area. And, snag. And, I mean, there's just not a lot going on around here. I'm thinking about getting my license to go to Jersey and try to fish in Jersey this year. Hey Paul, how you doing? I'm just hanging out, just fishing at this creek, trying to get some bass, see if I can get lucky on some bass today. Even though it's cold as hell and I'm freezing my ass off, the wind is like smacking me in the face. I'd be happy to catch just one bass today. That was a smack. My hands were like numb. I'm actually surprised to see people even out right now. Like, there's people just walking the trail where I'm at. It's freezing outside. My wife thought I was crazy for even fishing today. Thanks, man. Me too. I haven't caught anything this year yet, so one nice bass would be a blessing. Oh my God, the snags here are crazy. Did I just lose that too? Yep. Wow. Still got my hook though. You kind of go here knowing you're going to lose a lot of stuff. Yeah, I fish for carp. I kind of took a break from it for a little bit, but this year I'm going to be doing it a lot more. I typically fish on the river for carp, and me and my friend have had some good success. We caught one that was like 30 pounds. We caught a few in the 20s. But I just caught my first carp last year, actually. Look, I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing because I'm looking at the bobber. There you go. Yeah, I fish for everything. I'm, pretty universal. I like to fish for trout. when I can. Yeah, I can see the carp on your photo. It looks big. Oh my God, 48 pounds. That's nuts. Carp is another fish that it's like hard. They're not like it's hard to catch carp around here. There's not that many spots. You gotta kind of just like try your luck. It's I would say if there's anything that's common around here, it's like catfish. So you can go almost anywhere and catch catfish in this area, but carp you gotta like hone in on them and find out where they're hanging out at. Yakking with them dogs. What's up? All right, backcountry. I should be on Saturday around like 1:30 or 2 o'clock if you want to get on. I'm gonna have to clean this off. Another snag. They still got my worm? Okay. I wish I knew what was under there. Constantly get snagged. Part of me wants to go down there since that lady left. I was gonna go there earlier and there was a lady blocking the path, but now that she's gone, I might come down there and spread out. During the summertime, there is lily pads everywhere. Like over there is almost unfishable, but there's like a little area of vegetation that comes out here and then goes over, and then there's another one on the side right here. This area really pulls fish in during the summertime, but right now, this is the first time I've actually fished this spot when it's this cold, so I have no idea if there's even fish that hang out here, but like I said, I've had some good days here. I've had some like days where I had 5+ bass at this spot, just standing here tossing out a wacky worm. Whew. Is there also pike? There's not pike. There's actually like nowhere near me to fish for pike. I've been wanting to go for pike so bad, but the closest place that I know that even has pike at all is Lake Nockamixon, which is like an hour and 10-15 minutes away, which isn't that bad, but it's a little bit of a trip, and then you gotta rent a boat. I went out there once this season and had some like live minnows on a bobber, and I had some pike lures, but the only thing we caught was like a massive crappie actually on the shiners, and then a really fat yellow perch on the minnows, but that was it. That's the closest spot that I know that even has pike. Besides that, I have no idea where to even go. There's not a lot of like extravagant fish like that around here. I don't even think there's anything in the river. Yeah, it's the best, man. Honestly, bobber fishing is like my favorite type of fishing, but especially bobber with like a minnow. I think that gets you like the most results. I've gotten the nicest fish on that setup. I've had 2 muskie like that actually. Yeah, it does. It's the best. I'm going to move down to that spot down there. because I also think I'll get kind of blocked by the wind down there. The wind's like just smacking me in the face right now. Shit. Let's close this up. Ducky, what's up, man? How's it going? Yeah, I want to move this down. I feel like I get the worst knots in the wind. Look at that. How did I get that bad? I wonder if I just take this clip off. Got it. My hands are like absolutely freezing right now. Oh shit. I'm gonna lose my mind. Just trying to... I am located in Pennsylvania. I'm fishing on this creek. If I can ever get this hook on this rod so I can move. I'm in Philly, actually. Thank you. Ty, what's up? How you doing? This is Darby Creek. This is like the end of Darby Creek. Actually, I'm at a park right now called John Hines, but the creek is called Darby. No, not Pennypack. This is like Essington. It's like the exit 9 on 95 South. I almost fell here at one time. Yeah, this is much better. It does seem to be warmer here too. Look, this thing is getting caught on everything but a fish. What the hell was that? There you go. I'll be back out in the water as soon as I get this. Okay. Thank you. And I'll probably stay at that height for now. Might go over here. Yeah. And maybe I'll adjust that height later on. For now, I'm going to just leave it out there. Trying to think of where to set this up at. Fuck it, I'll just put it there for now. This is driving me nuts. The wind is like such a factor today. Okay. And I'm gonna toss this wacky worm right here. On a fishing trip catching carp. Oh, nice, nice. Okay. I'm just gonna drag this across the bottom. Whew. I'm supposed to go on a fishing trip. I have one already planned in like May, I think, or March. No, maybe May. To go to Cape May, New Jersey, deep sea fishing. So I have that to look forward to. I'm going there with my little brother. Yeah, there's usually a bunch of bass here, but sometimes you just have bad days. Like, I would assume no one's been fishing this spot anytime soon because I'm probably the only crazy person that goes fishing in this weather right now. The wind, the gust was up to like 36 miles an hour or something today. Another snag. I don't know what that was. Still got my worm though. Oh, you know what that probably is? There's probably dead planes over there. Because that's where the vegetation usually is. Just came back from fishing out in France. Wow, that is probably awesome. What kind of fish do you fish for over there in France? I'm gonna move this bobber. The wind just took it like right in front of me. I'm gonna give myself a little more height on this. Jesus, I'm like going crazy. There you go. Okay. Yeah, I think the height's a little better. I want it deeper today. If anyone had just joined, this is my setup. I got a bobber, some split shots, small hook, and a worm. These mouse tails, this color, this dark red, I just seen for the first time today. So, I'm just excited to use these once I seen these at the bait shop. I'm gonna set that up there actually. Whew, catch anything while I was away? Nope. What's up, Trav? I've not caught anything. Yeah, I remember talking to you yesterday. I've been here for like 20 minutes, I think. Or 35 minutes, it looks like. But this is basically the same creek that I was fishing at yesterday. But this is like the end of it, the opposite side. But I've fished here a few times in the summer, and there's a bunch of bass here. So earlier in the stream, I was fishing over there, and at that spot, I've had days where I caught like 10 bass, just using the Wacky worm. So this is also a very pressured spot, but during the winter time, there's probably no one who comes fishing here. It does get pretty deep here, and there's a lot of vegetation. So in the summertime, there's like lily pads, a whole patch of lily pads, like it's almost unfishable unless you're using like a frog. All over there and then like back there. So there's a lot of structure here. There's a bunch of sunken trees that pulls bass in. So this is like a good spot, but I've never fished here during this time of the year. So I don't know how the fish are going to act at this spot during this weather. Oh, mackerel, nice. I never fished mackerel before. There's different types of mackerel, right? There's like Spanish mackerel and I think there's a few types of mackerel. Okay. It's pretty deep all around here too. There's a lot of pockets in here that like bass hang out in. So, I'm snagged. Jesus, that felt like a bite though. And I definitely just lost my lure. Definitely just did. I hate this place. All right, at least I got the bobber out there, so while I'm working, I can at least leave that out for possibility. Maybe I should do something else. You know what? I think I'm just gonna take a break from this and just work with that smaller mouse tail for now. Just give me a second to warm my hands up. I might just drag this. What reel you're using for this? This is I think this is a 1500. Yeah, this is a 1500. And this is a Daiwa Shock combo that I actually got from Walmart, $30. And I've caught some decent fish on this. I've caught some trout. I've caught like 2-pound bass on this, which isn't huge, but for a small, cheap, $30 Walmart combo, it does me pretty good. So, and it's I got 10-pound braid on this. Sometimes this camera sucks, but yeah, 1500, 10-pound braid. Weak gear. I actually am one of those people who I like to use weak gear, as weak as realistically possible, that I can still catch fish with, because the weaker the gear is, the more sensitive it is, and the funner the fish are to fight. So I feel like most guys, when they go fishing for bass and things like that, they really overpower themselves. Like they use like these heavy rods and like 40-pound braid, and sometimes I can understand the higher test braid. Like if you're fishing somewhere where there's a lot of structure and weeds and sunken trees, like sometimes it's good to have that heavier test braid because you're pulling through all that. But typically, like if you're fishing in open water, I don't see the point. So there's times where I'll fish for bass that's like 2 or 3 pounds, and I'm using like 8-pound line, because to me it's funner. Yeah, no, that's true. Even right now, I would take any kind of bass right now. I would take a half a pound. And I know they're in here. I just don't know if they're biting right now. I'm trying to just kind of land this in their faces because bass are so lethargic when the water is this temperature. Typically, they're around that sunken tree over there. That was a perfect cast. Perfect! So let's see if anything takes it over there. I'll let it sit for a minute. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And I don't know, the bobber's moving. I don't know if you can see it. I can't tell if the bobber's moving because something is taking it or if it's just the wind. I think it's just the wind. The wind is, I know I keep talking about it, but the wind is so brutal. I did not think it was going to be this bad. And typically I'm like blocked by the wind at this spot, which is kind of why I chose this spot today, but I'm getting my ass kicked by the wind right now. Hands are like going numb, my thumbs are hurting. Let me try over here again. Oh, that was a bad cast. Not that bad. That inlet is like a hot spot. I remember last season, one of my trips here, I literally seen like 5, at least 3 pound bass just come up there and just chill there waiting to catch food that's leaving the water going through that grate. I think that's why this is such a bass hotspot. I think there's just food constantly caught up over there, and they caught on to that. I'm gonna try to toss this out for our shit. There you go. There you go. And you know what else I'm gonna do? Because I'm lazy as hell right now. There you go. I'm gonna set this up. Just for a couple minutes so I can at least warm my hands up. This will be a good day to like give me an idea of what it's like to fish here during the wintertime, because like I said, today's my first time fishing here when it's this cold. I really didn't know how today was gonna go, but I only have a short amount of time since the sun goes down at 5 o'clock. So I probably got another 25 or 30 minutes of fishing, and then I'll have to wrap it up, but I know there's bass here. It's definitely in here. Oh. I'd even take a little bluegill or sunny today, because I haven't caught anything yet this year. The time for me right now is 4:47. So sunset starts at like 5 or like 5:01, I think, today. Which sucks, because I don't get done work till 3:30, and then I had a 25-minute drive here. So it cuts a lot of your time out with the travel and sun going down so quick. Typically, I would fish for like 6 hours. I'd fish till like 9 o'clock at night. And you know what sucks is I wanted to get actual worms, like night crawlers, from the bait store today, and I forgot. So I went today to get my 2026 fishing license and trout stamp, and then I got some of these mouse tails that I'm using and some hooks. But I wanted to get worms, and I forgot, and I was going to use them today. So that was a mess up on my part. It's 11:50 p.m. or a.m. for you? HCB chemistry. No fish yet. Been here for like 45 minutes. Was using a few different Senko worms. But it's like Snag City here. I got snagged and lost like 3 lures already. I had to take a break and put my hands in my pockets because my hands are absolutely freezing. So I got a bobber out there right now with a mouse tail on a small hook. But I had to warm my hands up for a minute because my fingers are like killing me. Damn, it's late as shit for you guys. Yeah, it's 4:49 for me, and you can tell the sun is it's gonna be coming down soon. I don't got that much longer. All right, let's see. My hands are a little warmer now, so let's see if I can work with this a little bit. Yeah, they should be feeding right now. But it's so cold that they're just like lethargic. They like don't move. But this is typically the hotspot for them. Typically there's so much structure here that this is typically where they are. You want to see the soft plastic? I'll show you. This is what I got. So it's bobber, and then split shots, and this is it's called a mouse tail. I don't know if you know what they are. And it's a very small hook. Number 10, I think this hook is. These things like are a killer for trout. But I've also caught a bunch of bass on these. I actually caught a chain pickerel on one of these, which was nuts. I catch a bunch of like bluegill and sunnies. I caught rock bass. I've caught smallmouth bass with these, largemouth bass. And I've caught decent sized bass. I caught a bass that was like 2 pounds, I think, with that little hook and that little worm. Yeah, I thought about losing a bobber. It's just so many friggin' snags around here. It drives me crazy. I literally had another rod out while I was working bottom with a soft plastic, and I got snagged and lost like 3 hooks and lures within like 40 minutes. So I'm just taking a break from the bottom. I figured out my depth, so I'm still like riding across the bottom, but it's just a little less snaggy with the bobber right now. Could be. I'm trying to let it drift. Also, like I've been switching up my technique. So sometimes I'm twitching it to try to get a reaction out of the worm. Sometimes I'm just letting it drift. But a weightless fluke reactive readless. Yeah. I don't even have any of those right now. You know what I just started getting into too was tubes. I don't know if you know what tubes are, but I just like started getting into using tubes maybe a few months ago for bass. And the tubes they seem to work really well also. Yeah, especially with the water so cold right now, they're like cautious. They're extra cautious. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try the flukes out. I've honestly never really fished with them before. I don't know why. I never really gave them a chance, but I've heard great things about them. And I have a friend who like uses them all the time, and he says he has good success with them. I came very unprepared for this weather. Like, I'm wearing two hoodies, but I should have worn my heated socks. My socks are a little sweaty because I was at the gym a little bit ago. So my feet are freezing. My legs are freezing because I'm only wearing one pair of pants. I always end up underdressing for the cold. That's not a bad idea. I've typically been putting like those, what are they called? Like the creature bait, kind of. Like the small, like battle bugs, I guess they're called, as like a trailer on the back of the chatterbaits. And I've been having like success with them, but I've been wanting to swap it out and try different trailers. So the fluke isn't a bad idea. I've typically just done like paddle tails or like just creature baits, but I'm gonna start venturing out to other options. Hey Mitchell, no, nothing yet. Been here for almost an hour now. It's really hard fishing during this cold season. The bite slows down so much. You really got to like fine tune your technique and find them. I'm gonna go this way. See if there's anything on that side. The crawls work great, but I feel like you gotta use them in the right spots. Like in the right bodies of water where there's actually stuff in there that looks like that. And sometimes I feel like you have to figure out what action they're in the mood for that day, but with the creature baits. But there's something me and my friends use a lot. I gotta take a second and let my hands warm up. Put that down right there. Fingers are like going numb. Whew. All right, chemistry. I'll see you later. Hey, backcountry. What's up, man? Now I ended up moving down here. I was up there earlier. I ended up moving down here, and I had no success. I lost another lure on my other rod, my Wacky worm. So I'm just kind of working with the mouse tail and the bobber right now, but the wind and cold is like killing me. So I gotta keep taking breaks. I'm warming my hands up. And I've been trying different depths. I mean, I'm basically working the bottom. So I have it set up to where as it drifts from the wind, it's like dragging on the bottom, but it doesn't seem like anything's taking it. Keeps sounding like there's people walking behind me. Oh. Whew. I might go for another like 15 minutes and then cut it a little short because this cold is killing me. I planned on fishing until like 5:30, but I think quarter after 5 is probably when I'm going to end it because I'm really underdressed for this cold. Also, I'm not getting any action. I'm not getting any bites or nothing. So I think I had more action yesterday than I did today. At least yesterday I was getting some nibbles. Today I'm not getting anything. Zorvat, what's up, man? I am trying to catch some bass, but I am not having good luck today. This is a creek in Philly, but there's bass in here, crappie, bluegill, all kinds of stuff in here. You know what sucks is I actually wanted to like make videos lately. The last few weeks I've been kind of more in the mood to make videos and stream, but the fishing's been so bad. It's like I don't even have anything to make content out of because fish just are not biting at all. I tried making a video the other day and it was like I was out for like 6 hours fishing and just literally not a single bite. So the video is like just out of the, it's like not an option right now. Not until it picks back up. I'm gonna try over here to the left again. There's gotta be bass over there. That's like a deep pocket, and there's just all this. Oh, there's like multiple sunken trees over there. I'm shocked I haven't had any success. I mean, I guess I'm not shocked, but. Oh, nice. You're going fishing for 5 hours. Well, you know what kind of fish you're going for? Nice, nice. Flounder season closed for us a little bit ago. And like, so I think it was like late September. Let me put this down for a sec. And that holder. Oh. Tomorrow I definitely won't be out here. I think tomorrow I'm going to take it easy and stay at the house. And I'll pay attention to the weather. I think Saturday should still be nice. I should still be able to get out there Saturday on the river. But, you know, you never know with the weather in Philly. It just changes every day. So, like last week, it said this whole week was going to be not a lot of wind and like in the 40s and 50s. And it's been like in the 30s and 40s instead. And there was a lot of wind today. There was a lot of wind Monday. So, you don't really know. Yeah, it's under 40. It's in the 30s right now. Part of me almost didn't go out today because of how cold it is. Part of me was like, way too cold. But then I kind of had like a second jolt of energy at the last minute and decided to get out here. And I'm glad I'm here. You know, I'm always happy to be out by the water, but it's rough. Like fishing in the winter is a rough time because it's so cold and the bite is so slow. So like you're out here in the cold, freezing, hoping to just get one nice fish. And it's crazy because in other parts of the country, it's like all year round they're slamming fish. But Philly fishing sucks. There's this spot in Jersey that I want to try to fish in the next few weeks. So I'm debating on getting my Jersey fishing license and heading over there because there's a few spots there that are a little smaller, but not as highly pressured, where it's like much more likely to catch a bass there. I just got to make the trip over there. I live in Britain and it is about 10 degrees Celsius right now. Oh, that's rough. 10 degrees. And you're going fishing tomorrow? And it's 10 degrees out? My Lord. I think 20 is like my limit. Anything under that, I'm done. Onion rings. I've never even had a fish on top water. To this day, I haven't had any top water fish. Look, there's like a beaver or something over there. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? You guys seeing that? It's a beaver. Or an otter. I don't know what the hell. It's freezing right now, and this thing's swimming around in the water. think it's a beaver. Hey Ruth, no, I haven't caught anything. Just freezing my ass off. Unfortunately. Oh look, I just dove underwater. Damn, that's cool as shit. You know what's funny? It's the first time I came here a while ago. Like my first time here, I met these guys who were big fishermen, and they told me that there's a beaver that comes here at nighttime and like hangs out here. So I wonder if that's a beaver they were talking about. Otter, it could be. I honestly couldn't tell you the difference between a beaver and an otter. I know I sound like an idiot, probably, but look, it's coming back. Wish I could zoom in for you guys. Can I? Oh, look, I can. See? I'm not gonna lie, I first thought it was a crocodile. There was a weird mishap. Oh wait, let me see if I get a better camera. There's a weird mishap in this Magnolia Lake in the area where there was somehow like a crocodile or something in the water, which is crazy because in Philly, like that doesn't make any sense. Look, that thing's cool as hell, ain't it? Where I live, you never see wildlife, so it's cool as hell to see anything. The things, they gotta be cold blooded. There's no way that thing's hanging out right now, not freezing its ass off. Beaver, it's a beaver. Probably zoom in on it again. That thing's hanging out. Look, that's cool as shit. I wonder what it's doing. Like, I wonder if it's looking for food or something right now. Oh, if only there were bass. If only there were bass. There's a bunch of beavers in the Schuylkill River around here, too. I see them swimming by all the time. Oh, my toes are so cold. Otters swimming their back. Oh, I did not know that. All right, I'm going to do a couple more casts, and then I'm going to call it. But I'll try to get a few more out there, and then... Because I got like a 15-minute walk back to my car. Because there's like a long trail from here to the parking lot. So I'll do a couple more casts, and then call it a day. I don't think there's anything here. Or if there is, they're not hungry because I've kind of covered this whole area. For real. Fishing with Ace. Oh, thank you, man. Thanks for the subscription. Appreciate you. Yeah, I'm freezing my ass off. You can see my hands are like red. Look at that. It's like burn. Cold burn. And I'm one of those weirdos who my toes and feet like always freeze first. And I can handle being cold, but the one thing I can't handle getting cold is my toes. When my feet and toes get cold, it's a wrap. I can't do nothing else. What's up, Stoney? Yeah, I'm actually going to get out of here in a minute. I got like 2 casts left of me, and then I'm calling it. I do have a rod for some jigs, but I've been getting snagged nonstop. I had another rod right there. I lost like 5 lures doing that. I didn't, it did not snow. It snowed, I think, a few weeks ago. Look, there's the beaver again. Highlight of the streams, the beaver. Hey, Tree Magnet, how you doing? I'm good. I am just freezing. Trying to catch a bass. Yeah, fishing with Ace. I was, so this was my setup. It was a bobber, obviously. Split shots. And then this small thing on a hook. And I was kind of letting this just drift and drag on the bottom. But I didn't seem to be getting anything that way. I'm going to toss this. And I'll try to give it another minute or two. Hang out. Oh, but I got to put that in the holder for a minute and try to warm my fingers up because they're like numb. I'm gonna start packing up a little bit while that's out there. I'm not even gonna get into this. I'll just fix that later. Make sure this is set up. I'll show you guys in a second after I get this buckle done. This is the bag I was telling you guys about yesterday. For those of you that were in the stream yesterday, this is the Advanced Angler bag from Bass Pro Shops. This thing kicks ass. It's got room for multiple boxes. This is like a nice open setup. It's got a bunch of pouches, rod holders. This thing's money. Alright, I think I'm going to call it. I'm going to reel this in and get ready. One second. Whew. This is all I got on me right now, and I'm freezing. So I'm gonna call it a night, but I will be back Saturday if the weather stays to what it said it was gonna be. It said it's gonna be like no wind and it's gonna be in the 40s or 50s. So if that's the case, then I'll be on the kayak. If not, I'll probably make a post Saturday morning on my page to let you guys know so that you're not like expecting it. But hopefully I'll see you guys out there. So thanks again everyone for coming out today. Hopefully I can see you all again soon.